What is up, guys? It's your boy Zayman, back by popular demand, making a commentary. I know, that's right, we only took a 5-year hiatus from commentaries to post funny moments, which apparently are, maybe we'll put in the view counters, but they haven't been doing that well. So, first of all, if you're watching this for the commentary, go watch some funny moments. I promise you they're funny, almost as funny as the commentaries. But, let's get into why you clicked on this video. Triple posted a video about Halo Infinite, and I have decided that for Imperium, we also need to post a video about Halo Infinite, because I have not graced the world with my opinion, okay? Of course, Triple's here to join me.
Hello.
We're going to be having a discourse on this, because I'm not going to tell you my opinion yet, but I'll tell you in about 5 seconds. Okay, you ready? 5, 4, 3... Oh, by the way, actually, before I get started, Halo 5 gameplay is on the background. 2, the reason it's on the background, 1, is because Halo Infinite sucks. It's terrible, okay? Let me just get that out there. I'd rather be playing 5-year-old Halo 5 than the Halo Infinite beta. Hit me with your dislikes, you little Bungie nerds. You can hit me with them. But
someone's gonna make a video about it.
Please do not make a video about this. I can't have my opinions challenged. That's a complete joke. That is a complete joke, by the way. I find that typically Bungie fanboys counter the logical points that we make with lies or things that just aren't true. So, this is facts. So we're gonna take a step back. Let's break down Halo Infinite, okay? I went into the Halo Infinite. Let me be politically correct for our soft Bungie friends. I went into the Halo Infinite flight, because it's not a beta, it's a flight. I went into the Halo Infinite flight expecting a lot of issues with the gameplay, understanding that it was going to be an early build, that it was going to be glitchy, but I wanted to see how the core gameplay felt. And I was not gifted one of the flight codes, but I did have a friend who was, and so it's Marine. And so I went over to Marine's house, I played a few rounds, and, you know, I had allotted about 4.5 hours of playing, and by hour and a half in, I was done. In fact, I basically played on my phone for another hour while I waited for Marine to come back so that I could leave, because it was actually that bad. So, let me now tell you why I thought it was bad. First off, of course we welcome anyone's disagreement or anyone's agreement. Please let us know in the comments right now, once you watch the video, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I know you think you're going to disagree with me, but let me explain to you why you should agree with me. So, item number 1. The biggest issue I had with Halo Infinite, dare I say, the optimization. And so, what do I mean by this? Am I going to cry about the FPS like Triple did? No, I don't give a crap about FPS. But here's what I do, I get, as long as it's 60, let me just be clear, as long as it's 60. Here's what I do give a crap about. That game was not designed on Xbox. That game was very clearly designed on mouse and keyboard. You can tell that is because of how uncomfortable it was to aim. It was very clunky. I saw the fake Halo YouTubers claiming it was crisp. Okay, they must have been playing on a mouse and keyboard, because playing that on a controller was literal hot garbage, okay? I am a default and below speed player. I play very slow, right? And even I was able to play the game on 1010 sensitivity with max look acceleration, because the optimization for controller was so terrible. That needs to be fixed. I'm telling you right now, that game, Hunt Showdown, which is 30 FPS, which historically for me has been one of the worst games for aiming because it is also optimized poorly for controller. Hunt Showdown on 30 FPS is smoother than Halo Infinite, okay? At 75 FPS, however many it was getting. The optimization of the core mechanic of the game, that being first-person aiming, was way off. It was not smooth. It was very clunky. It felt gross to use. I actually had to go shower halfway through because I felt so nasty having to try and figure out how to aim, because the thumbsticks just did not work. That being said, I mean, it wasn't like it was impossible. It was just very bad. So that is my issue with the aim. Now let's break down the gameplay. First off, every Halo fan wants to talk about movement speed. I saw this one video that was talking about how 343 finally solved the sprint issue, and I can gladly tell you that is not true. They have not solved the sprint issue. In the current form that sprint is in, you might as well just take it out of the game. It doesn't do anything. And so I understand for the Bungie fans, they say, well, this solves sprint. You know why they say this solves sprint is because it doesn't do anything. And so we're at an impasse here, right? You know, you have the side that I'm on that likes sprint. You have the side that the Bungie fanboys are on that doesn't like sprint. And, of course, there's no real way to solve it, okay? Personally, I liked Halo 5's movement. Let me take a step back because I know you're going to immediately attack my character by saying I'm not a true Halo fan or blah, blah, blah. I grew up on Halo. I love Halo. And each Halo, when it came out, I thought was the best game at that point in time. Up until Halo 5, in which now I think Halo 5 is the best, on multiplayer, the best multiplayer Halo game of all time. That's going to piss people off. But when Halo 3 was out, I loved it. Now if I go back to Halo 3, I hate it. When Halo 4 was out, I loved it. If I go back, I can't play it. Now it's Halo 5. I still love Halo 5. That's an issue because Halo Infinite, I've already played. And I prefer Halo 5. I didn't like the advanced thrusting and all the Spartan abilities, but what I did like in Halo 5 was the sprint. I thought it was balanced in that your shields couldn't come back up if you were sprinting. And I thought the speed was fine. Obviously, some people didn't because they think we solved the sprint problem. But I can tell you very much we did not solve the sprint problem. In its current form, you might as well just take it out of the game. It doesn't actually do anything. I think it's 10% speed boost. But it's like, it's going to marginally help you get to a power weapon first. But that's leading into the next point, the power weapons. Let's talk about these so-called power weapons. Every single gun in Halo Infinite's beta was absolute trash. That's something that I haven't seen many people talking about, but I'm willing to walk through all of them, okay? Let's go. The skewer. So, someone correct me, but the skewer just feels like a binary rifle without the beam that the binary rifle emitted. I can't tell any difference between the skewer and the binary rifle. So, that's just a reskinned binary rifle with less player attention. Okay? So let's just cross that off the list. What's that thing called? The heat wave or whatever the heat blast thing is? I saw someone say it was like a better version of the scatter shot. That thing was that was an embarrassment. That thing took all the consistency that the scatter shot had, removed it, and left all the inconsistency that the gun had. So it's a horribly inconsistent weapon. It's terrible. Again, it serves no purpose. Let's go to the next one. The pulse carbine, or whatever the hell that thing is called. It doesn't need a name. It needs to be removed from the game. That thing is terrible. I saw this one video where this guy was saying that it was a misunderstood weapon. Weapons can't be misunderstood, okay? Here's what can happen. Weapons can be bad, and that weapon is bad. And I understand that you're supposed to use it at range, and so, you know, it's misunderstood because you have to stand at battle rifle range so that the bullets will start to track. But let me explain to you why that's a completely worthless argument. What gun? Name another weapon that functions well in Halo that has such a limit that that gun has. And let me explain. So it starts to track at battle rifle range, right? Okay, so you just start to walk forward. Tracking turns off. So the gun is broken. Within, dare I say, sidekick range, the gun is completely broken. It doesn't work. There's no tracking. So, okay. So it doesn't work in close range. But it's misunderstood because you can use it in long range, right? Now let me present that challenge. I have a battle rifle. I'm going up against a moron who for some reason picked up the pulse carbine. All I have to do with my battle rifle is take about 10 steps back before I leave the range of the pulse carbine. But guess what? The battle rifle doesn't suffer from projectile speed or suffer from tracking. So the battle rifle will win that fight because it can just hit the shots. So the only situation in which the pulse carbine actually works is when you're in battle rifle range and you're playing a potato who doesn't realize all I have to do is walk forward or walk back to break the gun. That gun is hot garbage. The Commando. The Commando might be one of the most lacking and sad weapons I've ever seen. It's kind of boring. I mean, I guess it has... I saw this thing where it has the same kill time as the assault rifle if you don't hit headshots. The problem is it's really easy to hit headshots. And, I mean, I think the Commando might be the best gun in the game. Sniper was fine. It was, eh. Assault rifle was fine. It was, eh. I saw people actually daring to claim that the assault rifle was overpowered. And, I mean, that's just not true. It really wasn't. And then finally, the shotgun was also the shotgun. Actually, I'll be honest, the shotgun was the one weapon I thought was interesting in the beta. Final thing though, sidekick. The sidekick was the best weapon in the beta. And I saw people saying, you know, the sidekick feels real nice. The sidekick is a crisp weapon. The sidekick is real inventive. Guys, the sidekick is the Halo 2 pistol with bloom. And I mean, that's about it. There's nothing to the sidekick. It has a generic look. It has a generic feel. And it's the best weapon in the game, which is sad because it frankly sucks. So, there you have it. I've outlined movement speed.
It's so much hate.
I've outlined movement speed. I've outlined the weaponry. Now, I'm at 12 minutes, so I'm going to be quick. But one final thing is the pace of the game. The biggest issue with Halo Infinite is it's boring as hell. It's boring. Like, look, I don't like Halo 3 because the movement speed is slow, and now that I like Halo 5, Halo 3 just so slow. But Halo Infinite is just boring. You know what Halo 5 did really well that it still doesn't get credit for? Is the weapon feedback. The weapon feedback made it exciting. When you hit headshots, you had that little boop noise that made it exciting to hit a headshot. You had the good vibrations in the controller and the little clicks when you got hit markers, okay? The feedback was enjoyable. In Halo Infinite, you have shields that are colorful because, you know, 343 had to find something else to break. The shields are an absolute joke. That's not fun, and it's confusing. The weapon feedback is disappointing. It's not clear when you're hitting people and when you're not hitting people. There's a small hit marker, like symbol, and maybe a small noise, but it's pathetic and weak, and it doesn't do anything. So that's not fun. And the gameplay itself is very slow. I know that the majority of the beta, majority of the flight. Let's just be careful on this, guys. We've got to make sure we call it a flight because it's not a beta, just so we all understand. But the majority of the flight was against bots. But even with that, it was still hot garbage, even when you started playing against real players. So, it's slow. Am I interested in seeing what comes out in the next flight? Just to make sure we're correct, flight. Am I interested? Yes. Did I go into this beta with positive expectations on the gameplay? Yeah, sorry. Did I go into this flight with positive expectations for the gameplay? Yes. Was I very much disappointed? Yes. So, let's see what comes out in the next version. We'll see how it plays. Perhaps I enjoy it more. You know what? Will I still play it? Look, at the end of the day, I'm trying to do something on YouTube, so we kind of need the views. So, I mean, if it gets views, I guess I'll play it. But, hot prediction in this video, if that's the Halo Infinite that we get at launch, that thing will be dead in the first month. So, all you 343 haters who want Halo to become just like it was back in the Bungie days, get ready. Because Halo Infinite's not going to be the smashing success that we all think, that you all think it's going to be, based on how that flight went. But alright guys, this has been your boy Zayman. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Other than that, I'll catch you later.